Pro cyclists, some of the fittest human beings on planet Earth. But how hard do they train? Can the rest of us train as hard as the pros?
To find out, we've got ourselves a pro cyclist.
A brutal interval session.
And us two chumps, we're going to see how long we can last.
Let's do it.
Ouch.
Our pro rider today is Matthew Riccitello. He's 21 years old and rides for Israel Premier Tech. He's one of the most exciting prospects in American cycling. Matt is a pure climber and weighs just 55 kilograms, which is great.
Because Matthew's training session today is on Mount Lemmon, a 34-kilometre monster climb next to Tucson in Arizona.
Don't forget, if you enjoyed this type of video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, because it helps us more than you know. It makes us create better videos and it gets us access to riders such as Matthew, who are really going to show us, well, how hard it really is.
Hank used to be a pro, but he was a level below Matthew, and, well, his pro days are well and truly behind him now. As for me, I'm just a regular dude who's, well, got as fit as I can, but I lack the genetic talent to ever get anywhere near the level of someone like Matthew, and I am biologically old enough to be his dad. Let's see what he's got in store for us. Thanks for taking us out today, Matt. What have you got in store for us?
Today I've got low cadence intervals, so 7 times 5 minutes at 5 watts per kilo, maybe 55 RPM, and then 1 minute, 6 watts per kilo, maybe a bit above. Accelerate off of that, and a minute easy in between.
Right. How many? 7, you say?
7.
Okay. Cool. And do we get a warm up?
Yeah, we can roll easy from Les Buzz to the bottom of the mountain, and then it should be about 20 minutes, and then get into it.
Right. Okay. Easy. Yeah. So we're just rolling out now towards Mount Lemmon and using this to just do a nice gentle warm-up before we start the session. Now this area is hugely popular with pro cyclists and those just doing serious training. And one of the reasons for that is, well, the range of roads you have here, but Mount Lemmon in particular, because it's the perfect climb for a training session, and so pros love it. George Hincapie used to come here and do his intervals, and Matt regularly does his intervals here. And the reason for it is that the gradient is pretty steady and it's long. So it means you can do your interval and then recover, but it's not a really steep climb, which wouldn't allow you to recover, and you can still spin your legs out if you're a pro and just chill and then go again. So, well, let's see what it's all about.
The start of the Mount Lemmon climb lies around 15 miles from Tucson. Home to current pros like Matthew and Keegan Swenson, it's a popular training area thanks to the perennial sunshine, fantastic variety of roads and altitude.
Right, we've reached the bottom slopes of Mount Lemmon. Guess you can start your session, Matt. I'm going to press lap on my Wahoo when you say. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. We've got a, first with our big gear efforts, and we've got a stiff headwind up the climb today, which normally I wouldn't like, but not having to sit first wheel, hopefully that's gonna help us out a little bit. So I feel like I've only got one attack in me. It's not a race, Hank.
What do you mean?
You got to do the session.
We're lined out. I'm already in race mode.
Big gear efforts, mate. These big gear efforts, designed to fill your legs full of lactate. And then what's coming is designed to help us try and train to going hard even with that lactate and then flushing it out before we go again. Oh.
Those big gear efforts meant we were shifting pretty quickly up the climb, travelling at around 28 kilometres an hour on a 5% gradient. Even in Matthew's fairly modest slipstream, that was taking me around 350 watts, or 5.2 watts per kilogram, during the 5-minute effort.
Oh. We're 5 minutes in. I'm already feeling it. Oh. Now he's ramping it up with a minute hard, above his threshold, which is 430 watts for me.
Ollie! Get on the wheel!
We're into the wreck.
After the first rep, we'd been distanced slightly, but we managed to claw our way back onto Matthew during his 1 minute of recovery.
Ollie dropped off.
And then it was time to go again.
Second interval.
The second interval bit straight away. Any attempt to match Matthew's cadence was completely out of the window by this point. We were just battling to hold the wheel.
I'm off.
Hank's gone. Come on. We've got to try and survive this next one.
Wow. Haven't gone that hard in a while. Unfortunately, I just don't have the stamina at threshold. Ollie looks like he's tiring and just doesn't have the change of speed as Matthew does. But fair play to him. His climb is next level.
Oh, getting dropped. Come on. Oh, getting dropped. Oh, I'm getting dropped. I can't talk. I'm getting dropped. We did 350 watts, 450 for a minute. Then I did 260 easy, and then 4 minutes at 350. And then I haven't made it yet to the next minute hard. Now,
Matthew carried on smoothly knocking out the intervals while we were left gasping for air, legs burning, crawling up the mountain behind him, having been unceremoniously spat.
oh,
Nice one.
really?
I thought, you know, with the headwind, you'd be able to stay on the wheel a bit longer.
Oh, thanks, yeah. Yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been, yeah.
You impressed?
Yeah, nice.
Thanks, bro.
Oh, I was saying,
You
like,
struggled there.
well, part of the problem is that it's the off season for us too, right now, and so you know if we came back here and did this in July,
Yeah.
I think we'd probably, I mean,
You got to be heat acclimated though if you want to come back here.
Yeah.
yeah.
Plus,
I'm
these things probably aren't very aero. That probably is like 50 watts.
Oh yeah.
Drag.
What?
Well, I'm
yeah.
just going to put it out there. I can't beat Matthew. I'm just going to put it out there. I think my time retiring 6 years ago was the right thing to do, and I'm looking forward to just seeing how you rock and roll over the next couple of years, because it's super exciting, and you just being able to be so smooth, sitting at such high wattage and in a low gear was something really cool to watch and sit on, even though I was struggling to gain any sort of oxygen.
I found that absolutely savage.
How do you find it, Ollie?
Trying to replicate his cadence went out the window.
What I was saying.
I was just trying to hold on.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was like, because as soon as you're sitting at really high torque, you're literally gassing your legs more than if you were sitting at 85, 90 RPM, because the lactate is just consuming your legs, so you've got that almost burning feeling, don't you? Which I guess is part of the training.
What I want to know, Matt, is that's a typical training session you might do at this time of year, but how does that compare to what's the hardest training session that you do?
I'd say, yeah, this workout is kind of a staple for like the winter, November, December, January. And I've always felt like it's really beneficial. My coach, Jim Miller, it's something that I've done from pretty early on. When I was 17, I was already doing these. Every year they've gotten a bit harder, but yeah, when I'm trying to get that last bit of training done before a race season, the hardest, maybe like over-unders, like 4 minutes at threshold and 2 minutes under threshold, 4 minutes over threshold for like a 12-minute block.
And how many of those 12-minute blocks?
3. Oh. So yeah, it's pretty hard. Or even, I mean, it's pretty basic workout, but like 2 by 20 minutes or 3 by 15 minutes threshold is always really hard.
Tasty.
I also want to just point out how insane that road is to train on. Because
Yeah,
you've got a really
perfect.
gradual incline. You know, it's perfect for efforts because it's not so steep that you don't recover. You can ride nice and easy up it. But then when you put the hammer down, you haven't got traffic, you haven't got stoplights, you haven't got any kind of, thing holding you up. So I've got to say, to maintain power like on a turbo, that is a hell of a bit of road.
If we want to do a workout like that where we live, it's on the indoor trainer.
Exactly.
And that's what a fantastic thing to be able to come out and do it.
Yeah, and also I find that, you can do whatever workout you want to do on this, and the fact that it's 5% instead of 8%, it makes it, I mean, when there's not a massive headwind, it's pretty hard to put out, it's still hard to put out high power on a 5% climb. And so when you go to Europe and you're doing 8%, 9% climbs, you find it a little bit easier to get the power out because you're used to doing stuff on
Nice. Well, the last thing I want to point out is just look at the state of me and Hank and our faces and our sweat, and you just look like you've...
I'm fresh. I'm really fresh. I took like 4 weeks off.
Now, I took 6 years off. And I'm still gassed.
I'm just rubbish. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you've been impressed by Matt's efforts, give it a thumbs up, subscribe and all that jazz, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for Tucson for having us.
Yeah, and thank you, Matthew, for showing us that we are human.
We go get cookies now?
Yeah, please. Can we have a donut?